What's happening, brothers? Welcome to another episode of Nate's Chocolate Convo. I'm Nate, and this is the only podcast where building the man is the business. This is part two. This is part two of R. Kelly, the man, the myth, the monster, as they said. And like I was saying in part one, they are taking down powerful black men because they don't want them to die with a legacy, and they don't want them to leave a legacy to their families, to their children, to their wives. That's how you build wealth. You build wealth through families. It's a snowball effect. Each generation takes the legacy to the next level. But if there's no legacy, then each generation has to start over. And that's where the problem comes in. Each generation has to start over, and you can never build wealth. And this is why they are attacking R. Kelly. See, like I said in part one, everybody has a dark side. Everybody has a dark side. There's something that you're doing that no one knows about, that you're doing in the dark. But guess what? Like I said before, somebody's watching you. Somebody knows what you're doing. And the first chance they get, they are going to expose you. That's just how it works. And this is what they're doing to R. Kelly. And see, he can't dispute it because you slept with underage girls. Now, a lot of black women said this is another example of black women not being protected. That is true. But here's another thing. What about the black boys that's not being protected? What about the black boys that's being raped and being molested by women? What about them? It's the same thing. It is the same thing. They are not being protected either. And the least protected people are children. They are the least protected children. The least protected people are children. Understand me? Feel me on that. Now, if they really care about those children, they would lock the parents up as well. But they didn't, because the parents was part of the setup. They set R. Kelly up a long time ago. He was set up a long time ago because he had a dysfunction of wanting to sleep with children. And that's what they used. He got to the point. He got too powerful. He became a threat. And guess what? So, I hate bugs. But he got to the point where he got too powerful. He's been doing this for almost 30 years. He's been doing, if not 30 years. Grammys, everything, world tours. Now, where did he get all that money from? He had a child in each city that he went to. He got that money from the industry, from the labels, the record label. It's like supplying the artists with all the drugs they want. People don't know about it. People suspect. People hear rumors, but they don't know for sure. When an artists get to a certain level and they want to expose him or her, they will. And you find out they're a coke addict, heroin addict, weed head, everything else. But where are they getting all this money from for this habit? From the industry. The record labels supply R. Kelly with the girls by giving him money. And they use it as a security blanket, as a insurance policy. If we feel like you are a threat or we just want to get rid of you, we're going to bring this up. And that's what they did. It's bigger than R. Kelly. It was bigger than Bill Cosby. It was bigger than all the other black men that went down, that had money and prestige and was getting ready to leave a legacy. Most of your celebrities, your black celebrity men, die broke, or they die in some type of scandal. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them either die with some type of scandal that ruined their legacy, or they die broke. And this is the setup from Hollywood. You're not going to die and leave your children, your family, $300 million. You could flip that 300 mil to 600 mil, to 700, to 800, even $1 billion, as you keep going down from generation to generation. So guess what? Before we let that happen, we'll go ahead and expose you. They did the same thing to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods had a problem with alcohol. Tiger Woods was getting ready, I believe, to go down in history as being the first black golfer in the Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, the first one. Guess what happened? Got drunk one night, met a woman at Denny's, slept with her. Guess what? Scandal. You are no longer eligible for this award for the Hall of Fame. This is the level of the game that they play. They play chess, we play checkers, because we keep falling into the same trap, the same pit hole, over and over again. This is warfare on two fronts. I'm going to do a video about that. This is warfare on two fronts. I'm not going to elaborate now, but my next video, I'm going to elaborate why there is a war on black men on two fronts. Not one, two fronts. And I'm going to break it down from the Bible. I'm going to break it down to the natural. Biblically and naturally, I'm going to break it down for you, so you can get an understanding of why, especially if you're a black man, why we are going through what we are going through. I'm going to break it down for you. But as R. Kelly, does he deserve it? Yes, he committed a crime, and a heinous crime at that. But what about Harvey Weinstein? What about what is it, Roman Polanski? I don't know even if they ever caught him. He slept with an underage girl and moved to Europe when they found him out. So black men, if you have any type of resources, assets, a legacy, when you get to the point where you're getting ready to retire or getting ready to make a switch, leave America, especially if you're a celebrity. You just get yourself a passport if you don't already have one, and bounce, leave. Tuck America the deuces. Because if you don't, there's a good chance you will be the next victim. Just like R. Kelly. He's going down in history as the man, the myth, and the monster, as they say. They did a what is it? A mini documentary on him, Surviving R. Kelly. The myth, the man, the monster, as they say. You have just went down the dark side. Hope you learned something, black men. Hope you learned something. Because it could be you that's next. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Oh yeah, side note. I said it before. Stay away from hoes. Especially young hoes. Because these girls are just as guilty as R. Kelly. They may be young, but they're not that dumb. You couldn't figure out somebody pissing on you is wrong? What you thought it was? Mountain Dew? This Mountain Dew tastes kind of salty. What you thought it was? But R. Kelly was peeing on you. What you thought it was? A can of Mountain Dew? Or a can of mellow yellow? You ain't that dumb. You knew exactly what you was doing. He just got the short end of the stick and shoved up his butt. Click like, subscribe, share these videos. Most importantly, receive this info and apply this info. And as always, 1, 2, peace. I'm out.